Hey, you guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Coaching with MDR. So, what are we going to talk about today? This was on my mind because this is something that I struggle with. I tend to have this characteristic of just wanting to treat people right. And oftentimes it's taken for granted, it's overlooked, it's not appreciated, and people start to feel entitled to have it. It does bother me. It does. It does bother me to be treated differently. It does bother me to be pushed to the side. It does bother me when I get treated a certain way, when I've done nothing to deserve it. It does bother me when people fix their lips to say stuff to me that they wouldn't say to anybody else, because they equate goodness with weakness. But the moment I give it back to them how they've given me, one of the favorite or famous phrases that I've heard in my life is, "Why are you so sensitive? It wasn't meant like that. You're taking it the wrong way." And my all-time favorite, "It wasn't that serious." But it was serious. It was serious to me. And perhaps you're like me, a good person by the heart of who you are. And people take you for granted. And you have moments where you share your vulnerabilities with people, or you pour out at this sincere, genuine amount of love, or you write these long text messages to support, encourage, and inspire. And people say "K" back, or nothing back. Or you're often overlooked or pushed to the side. Perhaps you're like me, that it bothers you too. You try not to let it bother you, but you're human. And sometimes you find yourself asking God to take this gift away. Take your light away. Take the goodness that you often share with others away. Perhaps you're like me. So for us, I say, it's okay. And although it's hard, although we don't understand it, although we don't quite get it, it's made us better. We've had to grow up in some areas we wasn't even ready to grow up in. We had to see people for who they were, no matter how many times we tried to paint them in a different light. We had to face the fact that everybody is not for us, and we are not for everybody. We had to let some people go. We had to say, you know what, I can't change people, but I can change what I tolerate. And we had to find a reason to smile past the pain and the agony and the irritation and the frustration. We had to find a reason to keep pushing, to keep being good people, and just shelter our goodness and give it to those who are good to us. We had to find a way to do the right thing, even when people have wronged us. Trust me, I know. I know what it feels like. And even at the age 40, I still know what it feels like to be treated a certain way when you've done nothing to deserve it. So I encourage you that you are not alone. That this is just not an isolated event that you're experiencing by yourself. That you have some comrades in the struggle. And the things that have meant to come to break you, destroy you, stagnate you, keep you caught up in wondering why people treat you a certain way. It has no power unless you give it power. And I know it's not right. And I know it's not fair. But you keep being who you are. There are blessings tied to who you are because you refuse to let this ugly old world taint you into being that ugliness that you've experienced. Don't let it change you. You keep your smile. You keep your faith. You keep your joy. You keep your happiness. I don't know why happiness bothers people, but it does. I don't know why your goodness bothers people, but it does. But don't you allow other people to change who you are. And it took me a long time to understand that God made me this way. And it's okay if people are bothered and frustrated about who I am. And it's okay if people are bothered and frustrated about who you are. You keep being your best self. And if there comes a time that you have to remind people that goodness is not weakness, by all means, do that. And that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you are in Memphis, Tennessee, come to Wolf Chase tomorrow and check out my company at Wolf Chase Mall from 10 to 6 p.m. along with all other amazing Black businesses. If you are free Sunday, come check me out at Classic Souls from 2 to 6 p.m. I think that's the time. I'm not sure at the moment. But come check Tranquil Flames out. And if you don't have time or if you're not in Memphis, you can visit my website at www.tranquilflamesmelaninmagic.com. Bring somebody back next time with you so we can all grow together.